me name's Abel Rogers, a shareman am I, on a three-masted schooner from Twillingate Isle. I've been the world over, north, south, east and west, but the middle of nowhere's where I likes it best. Where it's wave over wave, sea over bow, I'm as happy a man as the sea will allow. There's no other life for a sailor like me than to sail the salt sea, boys, to sail the sea. There's no other life but to sail the salt sea. Well, I leave my wife lonely 10 months of the year, for she built me a home and raised my children dear. She'd never come out to bid farewell to me, or ken why a sailor must sail the salt sea. Where it's wave over wave, sea over bow, I'm as happy a man as the sea will allow. There's no other life for a sailor like me than to sail the salt sea, boys, to sail the sea. There's no other life but to sail the salt sea. Ah, the work it is hard and the hours are long, but my spirit is willing, my back it is strong. And when the work's over, the whiskey we'll pour, we'll dance with the girls upon some foreign shore. I've sailed the world over for decades or more, and oft times I wonder what I do it for. I don't know the answer, it's pleasure and pain, but with life to live over, I'd do it again. Where it's wave over wave, sea over bow, I'm as happy a man as the sea will allow. There's no other life for a sailor like me than to sail the salt sea, boys, to sail the sea. Where it's wave over wave, sea over bow, I'm as happy a man as the sea will allow. There's no other life for a sailor like me than to sail the salt sea, boys, to sail the sea. There's no other life but to sail the salt sea.
My father left old Ireland so many years ago. He left his home in Galway, where the green, green shamrocks grow. He met my darling mother on a boat to Newfoundland, and it didn't take him long before he'd won her heart and hand. They both came to this island as happy as could be, to settle down together and raise a family. They built a little cottage and started to combine the green of the shamrock with the green of the pine. From an island to an island, from the green to the green, they left their homes to settle in a place they'd never seen. They exchanged the hills of Newfoundland for the ones they'd left behind, and the green of the shamrock for the green of the pine. As their family grew around them, their eyes shone bright with pride. They'd go to church each Sunday morn, strolling side by side. Each evening round the turf fire, to heaven would ascend. The decades of the rosary for all in Ireland. Now the years pass by so quickly, and death we all must face. We laid our loving parents in their final resting place. Yet they taught me to be thankful for this heritage that's mine. The green of the shamrock and the green of the pine. From an island to an island, from the green to the green, they left their homes to settle in a place they'd never seen. They exchanged the hills of Newfoundland for the ones they'd left behind, and the green of the shamrock for the green of the pine. The green of the shamrock for the green of the pine. Oh, I still remember when I danced with you, the night of our wedding, the last day of June. They gathered around us as I held your hand and sang to the rose of Newfoundland. Your mother was crying when she came to me, and I saw your beauty so wild and free. Then along came your father, as you'd understand. He was losing the rose I held in my hand. Still remember the promise I made to cherish and love you to the end of my days. I once was a reckless and rambling man, till I held the rose of Newfoundland. The years in our meadow, so soon were they done. A lifetime together in a moment is gone. When the good Lord calls us, we all have to go. I'll keep on singing my with you. The night of our wedding, the last day of June. They gathered around us as I held your hand and sang to the rose of Newfoundland. Oh, I still remember the promise I made to cherish and love you to the end of my days. I once was a reckless and rambling man till I held the rose of Newfoundland. Oh, you are the rose of
Have I told you? Have I shown you what I'm feeling when I hold you? It feels like heaven, heaven surrounds me. Every time you wrap your arms around me. And there's nothing I can say or ever do to deserve the love of a woman like you. When you're with me, when you kiss me, when you tell me how much you missed me, every moment we're together brings us closer, closer to forever. And there's nothing I can say or ever do to deserve the love of a woman like you. Hey. Where would I go? What would I do? Who would I be without a woman like you? A woman like you. Have I told you? Have I shown you what I'm feeling when I hold you? It feels like heaven, heaven surrounds me. Every time you wrap your arms around me. And there's nothing I can say or ever do to deserve the love of a woman like you. No, there's nothing I can say or ever do to deserve the love of a woman like you. Ooh, a woman like you. Sweet woman like you. There's nothing I can do to deserve a woman like you.
block the trails. See the dogs all wag their tails as they're happy you were here in Porto Bay. There's been some changes and mistakes. No more fishing, no more flakes, but we're happy to be here in Porto Bay. The wharf is quiet, no fishing now. We have to work it out somehow. Yes, we're happy to be here in Porto Bay. Yes, come home year, it's here at last, and we're gonna have a blast as we're happy you were here in Porto Bay. Help your folks with all their chores, visit all the local stores as they're happy you were here in Porto Bay. Oh yes, we're happy to be here in Porto Bay.